Salutations, respected viewers. This is George from Ireland. Here I am at 28 Tedworth Square, London. Sorry, 23 Tedworth Square, in one of the plushest areas of London, Chelsea. So the River Thames is only about half a mile behind me. Anyway, this is the house that Mark Twain lived in 1896 to 97. He's better known, he's better known by his pen name. His real name is Samuel Clemens. So he was born in 1835 in a family of no great wealth or connections. During the American Civil War, he joined the Confederate Army and he deserted after about 2 inglorious weeks. I think the Confederate Army's loss was literature's gain, because if he had not run away, he might well have been killed, and many of these magnificent novels would never have been written. So best known for the inventions of Huckleberry Finn, Tom Sawyer, countless other tales. He's a scabrous and always a witty writer, and he'd become very wealthy by the time he was middle-aged. Came here to the United Kingdom, travelled around Europe to France, Germany and so on, and I've read some of his accounts of walking the romantic road in Germany, and it's fascinating to note he used the word trousers, which is these days definitely a British word and not an American one. However, he did spell trousers with a W in the middle. That's pants if you're American. And talked about this bizarre university system in Germany, which encouraged dueling, where universities had their own prisons and police forces. Universities in this country had their own prisons. Well, Oxford did till the 1920s, had its own police force even when I was there. Mark Twain, it was always humorous, and he turned a very skeptical eye towards monarchy, towards aristocracy and so on, and that's why he published a comedy entitled A Connecticut Yankee at King Arthur's Court. King Arthur, of course, that probably mythical figure, set in perhaps the 5th century AD here. Was he Arturius, a Roman centurion at Colchester who resisted the Anglo-Saxons? But often the stories of him are set down in southwestern England, Tintagel Castle, with his knights of the Round Table, such as Sir Galahad. It's questionable whether any such figure existed. However embellished he is there a grain of truth behind the King Arthur legends? Quite possibly not. So there he is, taking aim at this notion that kings are really noble. He was also an outspoken anti-imperialist, very much against the United States claiming the Philippines as its own. So although he was a Southerner, he lived in Massachusetts towards the end of his life, near Springfield. Indeed, I've been to his house. So he's married, he had several children, and he very much encouraged the literary efforts of his children. I think he had only daughters. So he's a hilarious man, a magnificent gem of English literature. Perhaps the only thing that disgraces him is a school in Bucharest, Romania, which has the nerve to take his name in vain. So that is Mark Twain.